Hello, this is Marty Eddington, and today I'd like to talk about the basis of paranormal abilities. Back when I was 19 or 20, I was learning meditation and starting to have some paranormal experiences as a result of my spiritual development. These included some powerful visions of the future, or prophecies, if you will. Plus, I had other experiences too with different paranormal abilities, the ability to sense things with their different energies. And being an engineering student, I was very interested in what could be the possible basis for this. Was there something which would explain how these things worked or where they came from? So I did a lot of research and I searched around for a lot of different books, and I finally found something that's been one of the critical texts I've read in my life. It's called the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It was written in Sanskrit over 2,000 years ago. It consists of 4 books. Now, Sanskrit is a very condensed language with individual symbols, and it expands into a huge commentary. You can find the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali online in multiple different instances. And what you usually see is you see the Sanskrit characters, then you see a written pronunciation, and then an English translation as close as possible of what those characters mean. And then, because it's a very compact type of writing, there's usually extensive commentaries on each of the Yoga Sutras that might run pages, which explains them in detail the way a Western person would understand. The basic philosophy of this book, which a lot of people call the science of yoga, is that the spiritual development process is explained in detail through what meditation does and how people develop spiritual abilities over time. And it goes through all the different states of consciousness that you can attain. But an interesting thing, I think it's in book 2, is it's all about paranormal abilities. What are different paranormal abilities that people will develop as a result of their spiritual growth? That these are seen as side effects of the spiritual growth process. And book 2 explains this in detail, explains different powers that people can obtain and how they are in the outgrowth of your spiritual advancement. And also the idea that you don't want to become too focused on these spiritual abilities or paranormal powers, because they're really a side effect of the spiritual growth process, but it's easy to become entangled in them and think they are the main thing you're looking for. Anyway, I found this book to be a really important foundation to my understanding of the spiritual and paranormal world. And I think it's one of the few texts that was written by somebody who's very knowledgeable, or even a group of people that are very knowledgeable about this 2,000 years ago. I recommend you find it and read it. And I think you'll see, like I do, because I use it at the basis of all my paranormal books, like Godlike Powers and Ability, and different books I've written about specific paranormal abilities. So that's all I have today. Thank you for listening.